is Jason Falls, and welcome to a special edition of Social Media Explorer TV, and welcome to socialmediaexplorer.com. We are coming to you from London, England today, and we are talking citizen journalism with the founder of Indiconews. This is Lizzie Hodgson. Hello. And Lizzie is the founder of Indiconews, which is a civic citizen journalism site. But one that has some qualities that a lot of the others don't. And so instead of butchering it after a 20-some-odd hour foray into traveling across the big pond to England, I'm going to let her explain it. So Lizzie, tell us a little bit about Indiconews, when it started and what it is.
Indiconews is a civic media site. We started it a couple of years ago. We started building a very primitive beta site. And then 2 months ago we launched our public beta site, and basically it's a site for anyone to upload, share, assign, collaborate and interview others in news that matters to them. And the difference between us and say sites like All Voices or Ground Report is that we have this holistic view of journalism and of news where you can link in with others to interview them. You can register to be interviewed, you can set assignments for a very wide audience, or you can target on your hyper-local audience and say, cover this event, come along and cover this event and be part of news that matters to you in your area, but on a hyper-local to global scale.
Very nice. Now, the key here, the thing that I thought was very interesting about what she just said is that there's a database that's being collected and built of expertise and people that you as a citizen journalist can interview, and that's one facet of the citizen journalism piece that a lot of the other sites either don't have or don't know how to do. And what Lizzie and her folks are doing is helping facilitate this sort of pool of expert knowledge, reaching out to PR firms, politicians, things of that nature. And tell us a little bit about, I think you've got something interesting that might be coming up with the European elections.
Yeah, I mean, over here in Britain, we're part of the European Union, which means that every few years we have elections for our members of European Parliament. And we've hooked in with one of the major political parties over here. Is called the Green Party, and they're very big in the European elections. And we have requested for our users to put questions to the leader of the Green Party, and it will be a form of the interview system that we have, and people can we'll be able to vote on which questions we go on and ask the MEP, and then they will be able to facilitate that on their site, and we can then start a wider conversation around politics that isn't just here's the political party telling us what they're doing. We can then actually have a question and answer directly with our elected representatives, which I think is a massive, massive improvement to how the journalism works at the moment.
That's a big switch from citizen journalists being sort of shrugged off by mainstream media. Now all of a sudden there's a site that's giving citizen journalists an opportunity to talk to the newsmakers in sort of a responsible kind of way. All right, so you've been around for 2 months.
Yes.
Still small, still probably very concentrated in the UK, I would think. What do the next 6 months to a year look like for you? What are you trying to do?
Well, we want to really establish ourselves in the UK, but also what we are finding is that we're having pockets of people sign up around the world. We have got quite a few people in the US. We've got some people in New York, journalists, trainee journalists, journalist schools. That's where we think that we can really hook into, because these guys can use our site to hone their talents, get their expertise out there. But also we're looking at spreading things we've got businesses signing up. We also want to look at international charities, things like that, but people who are affected by these issues as well. But anyone can do this. I mean, you can set up your own profile and your own homepage for your tiny, tiny town, wherever you are, and you can become your journalist for that beat. You can be the one that delivers that news. And then in time, we want to link in with the established news agencies to help share that news, but it comes directly from source, because we believe that people do actually have something to say, and they're not, just this going to be posting random things. We do think that people do have an opportunity and should be given a platform to share their news.
Sure. And they've got some educational tools coming out to help teach the late adopters, not only the value of citizen journalism, but how to do it, how to use the technology and whatnot. So your mother might be providing news to Indiconews.com pretty soon. Lizzie, thanks for coming by to see us here in London and hanging out with us on the trip.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
She's Lizzie, I'm Jason, and I'm going to go take a nap now. But thanks for coming by socialmediaexplorer.com and watching Social Media Explorer TV. Be good.